Those who say, why is Sam George interested in this? Yeah. I am absolutely not interested in what you do in the privacy of your bedroom. It's not my business.
So then why this? Why there?
It is because these same people have taken what is their private perversion and are bringing it into my children's classroom. Not Legon, Little Angels. I'm mentioning the name of the school.
Not Legon.
Yes, Little Angels.
What happened in that school?
They take somebody who calls herself an influencer and a so-called social media celebrity, takes her to a school to sit with children aged 8 to 11 and tells them that it is okay for them as boys to love boys and girls to love girls.
They did that here in Ghana.
In Ghana, not Legon, Little Angels.
Which celebrity is that?
Call herself Deborah Vanessa, whatever.
Deborah Vanessa?
Medical's ex, no?
Yeah, I mean, that's One Love sister.
Yes.
Let's say that, yes.
Yes, One Love sister.
Yeah.
From Junior and Tech. She goes, and what she's doing is grooming.
She told
this. People argue with you that, we have only these two terms. We have only man, we actually see that we have different types of humans. Am I lying? No matter what you call a person, no matter what, you can see sometimes a boy from being 3 years old, 4 years old, he's girly. We have different types of people, and you have to accept because that's what you see. So I feel like we shouldn't, boys, I can see you, we shouldn't discriminate people for how they've been created, how they've been born, who they are. That's the same as people being racist to us black people, because we are black. Do you get it? Because you didn't ask to be black, right? Or you didn't ask to be Asian. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, so for me, that is my reasoning. We don't have to judge, especially if you are religious, if like you're a Christian. What did Jesus do? Jesus loved everybody. Jesus Christ, who lived and died. He said, let the children come to me. Did he judge the prostitutes? No, he did not. And the same thing that he was doing and fighting for, he was persecuted. It was the same people that say, oh, we are Christians, we are this. No, but when he was saying the truth, they didn't like it. And they killed him, right? Yes. But we all say we are Christian or we want to be Christ-like. What is Christ-like? You don't have to judge. As long as the person does not hurt you or harm you, whoever they identify as, whatever they decide to do, as long as it's not touching a minor, right? Not stealing, not hurting anybody. You have no right to judge them, to harass them, to bully them. And I always say to the people that are like fighting, discriminating against queer people, they say, oh, but we are protecting our children. Really?
Okay, so there you have it. This whole fight between your sister Debbie and Deborah Vanessa and your One Love Kubolo Nimiano. Sorry, this whole fight between Sam George and before Nigo Pram sister Debbie Nimiano, Deborah Vanessa, it is going on to a new level. Now, Obeka say, America Craney, a year. Your friend is saying Sam George a bra or EB science. I didn't turn anti LGBT be with Nia Brehons and not just a shade Minia Brehon because Omu ye and country, but see, and that's Omu the cook classroom at church and boyfriend is a share. We gay, opa ye gay, and yet bonnet. I not say they be. We are not seeing anything, not because ye pay and I pay. But see, and amude tata ya mudi couscous aqua church ye, ban so ye say, ye see ya, and your bonnet near the other, and no the empene. We will come after you if you dare to come after our children. That is why Sam George Airpatcher said this bill he wants to pass it. Now, you can say, I generated a lot of controversy. Emma, is that Debbie Pudi, she was on the campaign trail telling Yen Mianum and Yen Bofranum say, being gay is normal, is good. You can be gay, you can be queer, you can be bisexual. Emma Minoka say no. Yes, Sam George Airpatcher said no, it is not acceptable. The fact say you want to do that, that is your decision. But if you are going to the schools to indoctrinate little children, say accept gayism, accept lesbianism, children who are not old enough to make their own decisions, that is where the problem comes in. That is why Sam George is saying that he is going after people like Deborah Vanessa for preaching this particular anthem. Bra, Sister Debbie Sankasano at the age of 40 years, no, a by friend a background on will be that she has not given birth before, and on a nam and now catch and from ban say and then go for number say you can be gay, you can be dude, you can be this, you can be that, normal, it is okay. Meanwhile, Deborah Vanessa, your age, no cry 38 years. It will go now, Deborah Vanessa ni age age abeban 30 wa 39 years. So nyame boa this particular year this particular year if anything this particular year on August 25th and sister Deborah obenya 40 years. So at 40 years sister Deborah sebio enye bone wa wo enye bone but onenam na waka chem koda mbofo no mba no se ombitima ege opese oba yegi a simple be wankasa obewu bi na wache ni se oyo oba wari oba eno na mepe, but you can't go into people's classrooms and be indoctrinating that thing to them. Ebra wankasa unua no nyina oma wari opposite sex, wankasa unua one love football wa wari awo de wo ho na onenam a indoctrinating conform ban. So that is the argument I hear Sam George and make here. But apart from even that argument, and I started Debbie, there are a lot of people maba out say this whole anti-LGBT thing and we here because Ghana ye kwe nim obi say obey gay and bisexual. How is that part of our business? In fact, that doesn't even affect us in any form or in any way. There are better issues that was here discussed. So one person or also or a professor or University of Lagos near there or Chadi or a very well respected also nano the numusem ababe to nipa American as even a Professor Audrey Gajeku and all parties said this whole anti-LGBT bill thing and yet Professor Gajeku party said uko ye Ghanaian culture ni mukra the God dang base in Zimas and cool crown or more gayism kakra wo trumu or more culture no bibi wo wa a chese trumu ni ade ade wo se God dang be in Zimani ade ade be yenka and as a brunia be dada and after so because of Christosumuntino homosexuality and in fact voice no ha inkuti sema Professor Audrey Gajeku odi tuja across a whole lot of controversy among forecast said ye do ne de kamia koye se boba.
Well, but I am not a lawyer, and that's why it would have been great to have a lawyer who is on the side or who is against the bill on your panel. Just as
really,
I'm not sure. On this pan,
I'm not sure the lawyer was speaking for
the bill.
For the law. Really, he was speaking the law and not against the bill, Prof.
My point.
Mm-hmm. We are educating, Prof. We are seeking to educate the public. I beg your pardon. We are seeking to educate the public on this particular bill. So I asked the lawyer to give us the position of the law. That's what I was asking.
Oh, okay, but MFA, there are other lawyers, as you know, in law, people have different opinions. That's why law is my opinion against your opinion, and we need to keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. The fact that he's a lawyer doesn't mean that his position is necessarily correct.
Is it fact? Is it fact from what you've seen so far, Prof? Is it fact, Prof? If I could just ask, I'm allowing you so that we can move forward on this. Is it fact? Is it fact that the law that you've seen so far, or the bill that you've seen so far, is an amalgamation of the laws, existing laws in this country? Have you seen that in that bill? It's question to you, Prof.
That. And like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I am just saying that when we go to the Supreme Court, as we have, we would have taken our time, because right now what we've done is look at the clauses of the bill, and it suggests to us that there are a lot of provisions in that bill that infringe on our Constitution. Mr. Sam George talked, and it seemed very benign, about, and first of all, let me correct a misunderstanding. He talked about the criminal libel law being, there was an argument by, and his word was that the gay lobby. But it was the majority leader on the floor of the parliament, if you have your records right, who said that this was, in a sense, the provisions of the bill would be introducing criminal libel law. So let's not just clearly dismiss it as something that the gay lobby. Okay.
Yes. But from what I recall, if you would allow me to also give you some correction on this, at least from what I heard Afenyo Marking say in Parliament, it was the issue about incarceration, and that if we ought to want to help these persons, why jail them rather than give them community service? That's what I heard the majority leader say, unless you heard differently, ma'am.
That was only Yes, that was only one of his points.
These reactions, the criminal libel law you talk about, is the reactions that have come in after the passage of the bill. And I can read some to you, if you may.
No, there are people who think it's introducing the criminal libel law, but I am saying that even Afenyo Marking made that comment. So if you don't have that, please go and look for it.
I will.
But let me just say that when Mr. Sam George talked about the fact that journalists can go about doing their work, you know, let me read two, and unless they have amended it, section 12, I think it is, 2A, 2, a person who engages in or participates in an activity that promotes or supports A, sympathy for an act, okay, B, a change of opinion towards the act. Now, the very nature of fundamental freedoms of the media and free expression is that we ought to be able to express public opinions that we believe is part of the debate. How the former Deputy Attorney General talked about how, you know, 30 years ago we wouldn't be having certain debates, today we're having certain debates. And I said, even though he didn't quite, he was saying it in another context, I said, but that is a good principle to keep in mind, because we cannot preclude debate, because culture is not static, it's dynamic. We get new information that make us change positions. We're a country where there was a time when cultural values said that we should have trochosis, we should have female genital mutilation. We're still struggling with widowhood rights. We're still struggling with people that are witches and all of that. So we have cultural practices that are not always variable to us.
And laws have been introduced to cure these particular things that you talk about. Laws have been introduced.
Yes, this is my point. So you must allow society to continue to debate these things so that we get to positions where we can have laws that don't harm people.
Okay.
Do you understand? And it is my submission and it is our position that the law that is